Hi again, everybody. Caris, Cal, and I are here to introduce you to our second Godly Play story. We're going to hear the story of Joseph today, and Andrew, our friend, is going to tell it again. Now, Joseph is a story you might have heard in different places, whether it's a musical or a film. And so I really wonder what connections you might make and what stories you know about Joseph.
Hello. This is the story of Joseph. Let's watch as we tell it together. The great family grew. Jacob had 12 sons. The youngest son, Joseph, was Jacob's favourite. To show his love for Joseph, Jacob gave him a long coat with many colours. This made the rest of the brothers hate Joseph. One night, Joseph had a dream. In the dream, he and his brothers were out in the field gathering grains of wheat. But as the dream went on, the other 11 brothers' sheaves of wheat rose up and bowed down to Joseph's. Joseph told his brothers this dream, and they hated him even more. They wondered if Joseph would rule over them. Another time, Joseph had a dream. This time, it was the sun and the moon and 11 stars who all bowed down to Joseph's one star. Joseph told his father and his brothers about this dream, and they all became angry. It sounded like not only the brothers, but Jacob and his wife would bow down too. One day, when the brothers were away in the fields, Jacob sent Joseph to see how his brothers were getting on. So Joseph went to them, and when the brothers saw him, they hated him so much they decided to kill him. But the oldest brother, Reuben, managed to convince them not to kill Joseph. Instead, they took away his coat of many colours and put him into a pit. Soon, a caravan of traders came riding by. The brothers sold Joseph to the traders for 20 pieces of silver. They took Joseph's special coat and they dipped it in the blood of a goat and took it back to Jacob. They told Jacob that a wild beast had killed Joseph. The traders took Joseph to the land of Egypt. There he was sold as a slave. A captain of the Pharaoh's army called Potiphar bought him. But Potiphar's wife had Joseph sent to jail. Through it all, Joseph remained close to God, and God remained close to Joseph. Some of the Pharaoh's servants were in jail with Joseph. They had dreams, and Joseph told them what the dreams meant. The time would come when Pharaoh's servants were released from jail. And Pharaoh had a dream. No one could tell the Pharaoh what his dream meant. But some of the servants remembered Joseph and how he had told them about their dreams. They told Pharaoh, and Pharaoh sent for Joseph. The Pharaoh's dream had had two parts. In the first part of the dream, there were 7 fat cows. There were 7 skinny cows. And in the dream, the skinny cows came along and ate the fat cows up. In the second part of the dream, there were 7 big, juicy, ripe ears of corn and 7 withered, thick ears of corn. Again, the 7 thick ears swallowed up the good ears of corn. What could it mean? Joseph told the Pharaoh that it meant there would be 7 good years of harvest when there would be plenty of food, but that after it would be 7 hard years of famine when there would be very little food. The dream was a warning for the Pharaoh to save up during the good times so that there would be enough to get through the 7 lean years. Pharaoh agreed and put Joseph in charge of the whole operation of saving food for the famine. Joseph was now 30 years old. And it happened. But the famine didn't just hit Egypt. The lands nearby also had bad harvest. And people came from all around to ask Joseph for food. Jacob sent 10 of his sons into Egypt to get some food. When the brothers came to Egypt, they bowed down before Joseph. They didn't recognize him. But Joseph knew who they were. They asked him for some grain to get them through. Joseph kept one of the brothers with him, and gave the others the grain to take back home and tell Jacob. Then they all came back to Egypt. This time, Joseph told them who he was. He said, "God sent me before you to preserve life." And so Joseph and his family spent the rest of his days in Egypt. When Jacob eventually died, Joseph took his body back to their homeland to be buried. And Joseph and his brothers would return to Egypt, where, years later, their children and their children's children would become slaves because a new Pharaoh forgot about what Joseph had done. I wonder, what part of the story do you like best? I wonder, was there a part of the story that could have been about you, that you saw yourself in? I wonder, what difference does the story make? Bye-bye.